thank you, Rebecca, for inviting me to the Transformational Online Summit. It's a pleasure to be here, to be one of the first participants to help you and your listeners and viewers to develop transformational online learning. That is the number one goal that we all should keep in mind as we go forward in this industry.
So I agree, Alison, and I love it that that's your focus. So tell us a little bit about your background as an ergonomist, and then what brought you to online learning, and then we'll move into looking at your academy from a design perspective.
All right, thank you so much. Well, I've been an ergonomist since the early 90s, and in fact, I'm pretty much a pioneer. I was a pioneer in the ergonomics consulting industry here in the Bay Area of California. I transitioned as a physical therapist into helping employers prevent and manage injuries in the early 90s. Because of my skills as a PT and treating injured workers, I really wanted to help employers prevent injuries and also show people how to work safely and productively. And there just wasn't any services or concepts like that. And so being able to do that has been just a passion and a vision and a drive for me since I started Worksite International in 1993. So that's a little bit of my background. I really have been an on-site ergonomist doing analysis of how people work, training, live trainings, and consultation since I started. And over the years, would deliver very popular courses to a particular where my Train the Ergonomics Evaluator for people who wanted to learn skills in ergonomics to evaluate others in the workplace. That was probably one of my first group courses that I developed to train as ergonomics specialists. And then the other course that I routinely did for employers was Office Ergonomics Working in Comfort. And I have never changed the name. I designed that course in 1993 and have delivered it ever since. So, and many other courses in between. And what happened in around 2017 was somewhere along the way, I learned about online learning, and I read into that about how it was becoming a very important mainstream way to learn. And I realized at the time, as I had progressed in my career, I had hundreds of courses that I had delivered, and many of the popular ones that I had mentioned, including a few others, that were really my legacy. And I wanted to really put them somewhere where people would have the opportunity to enroll in them and benefit from them other than in a live, venue. The Train the Ergonomics Evaluator concept I had done in 2000 to 2005, a dog and pony show per se, and went on the road and booked hotels and would do this 4 to 5 times a year, exhaustingly sending mailers and flyers and to thousands of rehab professionals to get 10 to 20 people to come to my course. And that was exhausting. And after 2005, that just wasn't efficient or profitable. And so, looking ahead now at 2017, when I learned about online learning, I was like, this was my best way to legacy my work and put it online. And since I love teaching, and I had so many things already done, I just had to learn about the platform and how to write and create a course. This is once I realized that building a platform like that would be revenue generating for me, then I went full steam ahead.
We met in 2018, and at that point, you were still creating your first online course. So one of the reasons that I think you are such an incredibly inspiring role model, and I know you've already inspired many other course creators, is that you went from having the idea of let me take my expertise, which is extensive already in the offline space, as many of our conference participants also have that situation, and you had the initiative to put it online. and this was only 4 years ago. And now you've created not just one course, but an entire online academy. And I'd love to feature the structure of your academy from a design perspective, if that's something that you'd be open to sharing. Would you be willing to give us a sneak peek and take us behind the scenes of how your academy, changes the way people work? I know you've personally helped me work in comfort. I have blue blocker glasses now, thanks to you. I have, my elbows don't hurt, my knees don't hurt, my back doesn't hurt. And, this is so critical. Talk about self-care. I mean, if you're hurting yourself every day at work, whether you're working from home or working from an office, you're not going to be able to show up as your best self. So I feel what you do is really foundational to everybody's work in the online space. That's another point I want to make, that just the actual nature of ergonomics as being about working in comfort. So would you be willing to share, first of all, your website, which is, I believe on HubSpot, is that correct?
Well, yeah, that's where I use HubSpot to store the website and design it. And I'm happy to share it. And let's do that right now so we can speak context to it. So after I learned about online learning and studied the industry itself, I realized that this was a solution for the future of Worksite International. So I thought about, what should I call it? And it's not a university. It's not, it's a group of courses. So I called it Ergonomics Training Academy, the Worksite International Ergonomics Training Academy. And it's our virtual training academy that offers corporate and professional certificate courses designed to educate and inspire individuals and organizations, transforming work through ergonomics, human-centered work design, and safe work practices. And so from my experience as a consulting certified professional ergonomist and the clients I served, I realized that I wanted to have a corporate line of trainings that were less than an hour for employee learning. And I wanted to have my professional line of courses that would be credentialed so people could earn a certificate using the Worksite International systems of ergonomic analysis training, ergonomics process design. And I have successfully achieved that goal. This has been my vision, was to get my corporate and professional lines all set up, and they are now as of May of 2022.
So I love that you have different sort of tracks. So can you show us now in this is your your homepage of your website. How do you get us to the actual tracks where the courses are located? Like, where are the courses hosted?
Yeah, so the courses, well, you can click the link for professional. These are the 4 certificate courses that we offer, and all of our professional certificate courses are coached and mentored. And because of you, I frame it as these courses focus on guided practice, independent performance. That is a transformation, and each title of the course is specific to what that course's goal is. And each of the web pages tells exactly what the student will expect. So for example, if this is our flagship course, the Certified Office Ergonomics Specialist credential. So we certify people to use the Worksite International system, systems that accompany the course to achieve the goal. So you'll see right below the title, and we always have a badge that we certify. In just 16 weeks, you'll learn how to confidently perform a preventive office ergonomic assessment on healthy employees and complete a professional report using the WISE system. That's the acronym we use. And so each of the courses are framed this way.
So I have a question for you, Alison. So it's self-paced and on demand, but as you said, there's at some point in the course, you've built in, some mentoring that they would need to contact you in order to, like when they're at that point in the course, they would contact you. Is that how you structure it?
Yes. So for example, there are 3 hours of private coaching with the mentor at the beginning of the course, midway through, before they go into their finals, and after they finish their finals. Then there is also let's see, I think at least, where do I have it in here? I thought I updated it, but maybe I didn't. There's also 10 hours of constructive review of
Wow.
assignments. So this course, our flagship course for the COESP, is at least 13 hours of coaching and mentorship to achieve this course goal.
And then once people have achieved that and gotten their certification, what are they out there doing in the world?
So they either work internally for a company and they deliver ergonomic evaluations for healthy individuals, or they are an outside provider like a rehab professional like myself, who goes on site and consults with employers and does preventive evaluations. Now there's far more that people can do through our academy. We have the leadership program to manage the ergonomics process. We have remote evaluation or remote ergonomic specialists. So if you want to evaluate people remotely, and that was developed during the pandemic.
Right.
And then the chair assessment specialists. So just focusing on the science of sitting, chair assessment, selection, and fit. And then we also have a business mentorship program. So for any of the people that come into these courses, successfully finish them, earn their certificates, and want to then develop a business model, we offer 12 to 6 months, 3 months to 6 months of mentoring on business development.
This is just so inspiring, Alison. I mean, I just love the way you've taken, you've gone so far beyond just creating a course. I mean, you've created really an environment for learning, for transformation in this field that is just so inspiring to see. And so authority, there's no one above you that's a greater expert on the Worksite International method of, ergonomics. That's, you created it, for what it's a big,
it's everything is a journey, and I just have the longevity to be on this long journey.
Well, and from a mindset perspective, because all these things are tied together, not just longevity, total single pointed dedication from the beginning of your career. You've also written books on this subject. This is your passion, and that's who we're here to serve in this conference, is people whose mission and vision and passion is to create transformation and make life better for people. You're such an inspiring role model, Alison, of doing that, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for who you are, what you do, and for sharing with us today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Rebecca. It's my pleasure, and welcome any questions from the viewers.
So how could they send those questions? Through that form that you'll link to at the bottom of the website?
Just contact us, and you can email me and let me know what your interest is.
Okay, great. Thanks so much for appearing here today, Alison.
You're welcome. Thank you.